Hi students, today we are going to discuss about direct and indirect spectrum. So in today's topic, we'll see about what is direct spectrum and indirect spectrum and its application and architecture of CRC network, the types of spectrum sensing and energy detecting mathematical models, and also about the algorithm used for detection for spectrum holes and its results and simulations. So before entering to the topic, let us know about what is cognitive radio. So it is a radio technique that aims to utilize the radio spectrum more effectively by intelligently exploiting the licensed spectrum. So this is the basic spectrum, and so there is an increasing number of smartphones and laptops every year, which have different quality of service requirements while web browsing and faster internet and multimedia downloads. So during the vast usage of networks, there will be a scarcity. So we go for a concept of cognitive radio network. So these are the applications. So one is your cellular network, next one is your multimedia and CR mesh networks and military networks and emergency networks and leased networks. So in CR network, we provide services to all users at the same time. That is use of backend bandwidth. Okay. So here it uses those spectrum which is not occupied by the primary receivers. That means sharing the bandwidth. Here it can share the spectrum as long as they do not interfere in primary resources. So there are two types of radio resources in CRN. One is your radio resources, that is your licensed band, which has a small bandwidth and highest transmission power and high reliability. And second one is your cognitive radio networks, which means an unlicensed band, which has a broad bandwidth and also low transmission power and low reliability. The main challenges, that is, it is used to jointly utilize both bands to increase the system performance. Next is your non-cooperative architecture, which means a standalone architecture. This diagram says about what is a non-cooperative architecture. There are two different interfaces operating at the licensed and unlicensed band. So here the power limited to radio resources is used for the user near the macro cells of base station, while it uses the licensed RR for the users who are far away. And the small cells, they are uses the cognitive radio resources to cover the traffic hotspots and the bridges that coverage gaps. They also offer a high capacity. Next is your cooperative architecture. So in this architecture, it uses both licensed and cognitive radio resources, and it has a long range of communication as compared to the non-cooperative. So next is your relay is deployed for better coverage and capacity, and it can communicate with the base station using a licensed radio resources and can provide a local coverage using cognitive radio resources, and it works in a duplex way. And it is also used the cognitive radio resources to form a virtual antenna array. So this diagram represents a clear view about the cooperative architecture. So next, let us see what are the types of spectrum sensings are available. So first is your interference based, second one is your cooperative system, and third one is your non-cooperative system. And further, the non-cooperative systems are divided into energy detection, match filter detection, and cryptocurrency features. Next, energy detection mathematical model. Here we calculate energy of receiving signal to find the presence of primary user, and also in the spectrum the primary user is present when calculated level of incoming energy level is more than the threshold energy level. And also we can compare the output of the energy detector with a threshold, which depends upon the noise and signal is detected. Next one is your energy detection in non-coherent detection techniques, which do not need prior knowledge about the primary user and also about the other filter also, and it is less complexity as compared to the other spectrum sensing. Next is your algorithm used for detection of spectrum holes. So here the detection of spectrum holes compares from the different channel can estimate the spectrum holes, and it uses for modulation of incoming input signal at different channel with different carrier frequency, and this modulation signal is multiplexed where noise may or may not corrupt the signal at the receiver end, and also the threshold power is compared with the calculated power in the presence of primary user. This is a resultant simulation of the radio resources over the cognitive radio resources. And if you have any clarification related to this topic, feel free to contact me. Thank you. Bye.